It's very simple. It's very, very simple, but we have complicated things because of our subconscious programming. And we gotta remember that we have to just simplify everything all over again. That way we don't really think that it really takes that much. But then it's like, I know that all the programming is affecting our ability to move freely. And I know you know what I'm talking about, unless you just are living in a different, subconscious programming. And that's okay, if you are out of this type of paradigm, then that's a good thing, because things are working out for you in whichever way that is. But if you are still in that certain paradigm that's affecting how you move, you've got to do something about that. You got to reprogram. You got to simplify everything. Just know that it's if you don't really like where you're living, I think it does make sense to try to figure out a way to move as soon as possible, right? But it's we are we're trying to get everything right here. We're trying to get to another phase of life, but then we know that in order to get there, we got to do this, and this, because that's the programming that we were programmed with. And in a different, higher vibration, we don't even have to do things. We just attract them, or actually form them. We collapse the atoms. It's almost like telekinesis. That's what it is. It's telekinesis. In another realm, we are telekinetic, and we are easily able to collapse atoms, collapse space and time, to put things into form so that we get things. How we could bend the spoon, basically, think about it. I created this, I created this place right here. I created everything, all with my mind. I attracted this. I know I recently heard that, we don't attract things, but we actually just create things. Or should I say we're the creators of everything. We have to remember that it's not that difficult. But it's just the programming. We know that if that's how they got us stuck in situations, because they make us think that we got to do certain things in order to get something. But in all actuality, there's a higher power than that. And it's that belief system in itself that's delaying our progress, and delaying our life, and delaying what we could be experiencing right now. So I created all of this. I even created my hair. I created this. I created all of this. I created this painting. I created the environment I'm in. And a lot of it really comes from, because when I was young, I used to come to Brooklyn to visit my family here. I used to go to different places. And these different places are part of the subconscious programming. I was only able to see certain relationships. You know what I mean? I experienced different relationships that I observed. And that sort of influenced my decisions based upon what I've observed about those relationships. So you got to keep in mind, like, everything that you witness is part of the programming. And you have to step out of the programming so that you could create something completely new. And that was part of my whole thing growing up. I knew that I had this power. But the thing is that at the same time, I had a lot of subconscious implants implanted in my mind that had me focus on that specific thing, that sort of changed the way that I was actually supposed to be living. And I had to do what I had to do to deprogram myself and to feel better. You know, and that's what mental health is. Taking responsibility for your mental health is basically just deprogramming. That's what that is. So when you look at people that actually go and get help, they're doing that because they want to heal from the programming that's affecting how they feel. And so that's actually, that's a sign of being strong and being intelligent. That's not a sign of being like non-intelligent. It's just that we also have to keep in mind, right after we come to the realization that it doesn't matter what other people think and things like that, and we have a right to make the choices that we would like to make. Right after we come to that realization, we should be able to have our wings so that we can explore on a higher plane of existence. In our spaceship, that's our spaceship. Our spaceship is our minds, which create our space, you see? And you have to take out different programmings that are not really beneficial for you in order to get to the next place that you would like to navigate toward. We're in spaceships. Our places, our environments are spaceships. Just like how we call relationships. Everything ends with ship, you know? Relationship, spaceship. Situationship. There's so many different things that end with ship, because that's literally what it is. It's a ship that you're sailing on or navigating on. You know, think about it. All of it is simple, but we just have forgotten how simple it is. If we let it, if we let ourselves forget, we don't have to forget. We just have to remember. We just have to. It's not hard. I know, and it's like I've tried a couple of things already. And it's like the more you try, the more you do find out, which is actually a good thing, because that's contrast. I've been through different experiences that led me to this area right now, you know, and I would say, like, okay, my experience in college, it made me realize I did not like roommates. You know, I like to be in my own space. I knew that, you see? Because I experienced certain things to let me know that roommates cannot be trusted, you know? So, and this is not to say, you know, I'm not saying, oh, I hate roommates, or should I say I hate the people that I was around. Not at all. I'm just saying I know that we have differences that actually affect our peace of mind, and we are not really supposed to be in each other's space like that, especially if we are feeling bad or not feeling right. So we have a duty to ourselves to change that situation, because it's important for our well-being and our sound mind, you see. So I've already been through the contrast to know that I had to change that, you see. Like, everything is based upon contrast. If you don't experience the pain, you won't know what the good is. And that's the thing. So if you judge me for being in my position, you don't even really know the why of everything. So you're looking at me like, oh, I'm this type of person or whatever. But that's far from the truth. That's only an aspect that you see, but that's not the whole story. So you have to keep in mind that you have the power, and they're trying to make you forget this. They're trying to make you forget that you could change your life still at any age. You just have to put your foot down and let these people know, don't play with me, okay? Do not play with me. You know, because everything you do right now affects the future. So if you constantly let them try to create your future for you, you're not going to be happy when that happens. And you see later on that you've aged like 30 more years. And then you're like, oh my gosh, where did my life go? You know, it's not a good feeling at all. Do not let that happen. You've got to stay focused. Stay focused and do your best to enjoy the moment. Laugh, you know, share the moment with people that you love. Because give them their flowers while they're still here. Do not let them fade, and then you realize you just didn't take part in the beauty of life. You've got to take responsibility. Don't let it go to waste. Don't let your time go to waste. Don't let your life go to waste. Do not let these people get you down. Do not let these people keep you living in something that you're not supposed to live in. Right after you figure out what the contrast is, you gotta shift, and you have the ability to do that through quantum physics, through imagination, through visualization, through scripting, through just feeling it out. Feel how it feels like. The more we feel how it feels like, the more we are able to shift. So, I think I told you. I think I said enough. So, do what you gotta do. All right? Until next time.